Hello, y'all, and welcome back to Know Your Rights. Step into your power by knowing your rights. Let this be your guide as you take control of your health, your rights, and your life. And so in this part, I am back to talk about facilities. And so really, if I have anything to add to this, I will, but I'm just going to read straight from the text, if that's okay with you all. So let's get into it. So facilities. So whether you are in a mental health / substance abuse inpatient program or in a hospital or facility, it is important to ask questions and make sure your medical records are documented appropriately with your information. Sometimes writing down how you feel or any questions you have during the day makes it easier to ensure your records are documented when your medical team visits you. Yes. So most facilities will have a brochure or other document available to summarize patient rights and responsibilities. Ask for a copy upon admission. Time with your healthcare provider is often limited, and those who have prepared in advance their questions or concerns will have the most meaningful, efficient experience. Yes, have your questions available. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I'm not going to say challenge your doctor, but don't be afraid to ask questions because it's so important. And don't be afraid to voice your concerns. If you have a concern about taking a medication, side effects, risk, I'm on this, doctor, what will it cost? Because at the end of the day, I've seen it all the time from me being in a medical role or being in pharmacy as a pharmacy technician once upon a time. Doctors miss things, and oftentimes the pharmacist is the one, if they do miss something, the pharmacist catches it in the background. But even then, sometimes, the pharmacist is human too. So make sure you ask questions and concerns, because doctors are human, nurses are human, and things get overlooked, they get missed, and so I think we talked about in the last video, if you're having side effects from a medication, not being afraid to reschedule your appointment, follow up with your doctor and say, hey doc, this is what this is doing to me. Is there another method to get the same results with less side effects or whatever? So you have the right, continuing on. You have the right to appoint an agent to make decisions for you in the event you are unable to give consent to medical care, treatment, or sign releases, called a medical power of attorney. A medical power of attorney is a document used to appoint a trusted friend or family member to make certain medical decisions on your behalf if you're unable to. While at the facility, you can also fill out advanced healthcare directives. The facility may have forms for you to complete. So yes, this is important, especially for those, when I think of people who may not have immediate family members, but you have chosen family. You have somebody that you trust that will take care of you in those situations, in the event that you have to be admitted to the hospital. You need to talk to them. Ask them, hey, how would you feel about being my medical power of attorney? And again, this is somebody that you trust. You trust with your life. Like, no guessing, ifs, ands, or buts. You trust them. So make sure you have that conversation and you set it up. I know here at Frontline, we do have the ability, and don't quote me on it, I don't think it's restricted to people living with HIV, but we do have the ability to set up power of attorney and living will and stuff like that. So yeah, it's always important because you never know. And having that, your medical power of attorney set up, it's like having car insurance when you go out on the road. It's just there in case you need it. So a medical power of attorney is a document used to appoint a trusted friend or a family member, and I'm reiterating it again, to make certain medical decisions on your behalf if you're unable to while at the facility. You can also fill out advanced healthcare directives. The facility may have forms for you to complete. As you are released from the facility, ask for documentation or your discharge plan and follow-up instructions, understanding your treatment plan, making adjustments with your provider when necessary, and asking questions about your ongoing care. You increase your chances of staying well. When it comes to health and wellness, there is no such thing as a silly question and too many questions. Yes, if a doctor, or the team, they seem like they aggravated, oh well, get over it. And if you have a chance, if they feel like it's an imposition for you to be asking questions and whatnot, you may need to find another healthcare provider if you're in the position to do so, depending on the situation. But yes, don't be afraid to ask them too many questions, because they are there to serve you. That's what they get paid for. So yes, if it is helpful to have an advocate or support team, please bring them. Yes, it is important to follow the discharge instructions. If you have questions, even days after your release, you still have the right to follow up and get the additional information you need for continued wellness. And yes, to add to that, yes, definitely. Most times, I feel like if you are leaving a doctor's office, like the emergency room or even surgery especially, they'll leave a number. And sometimes, like good doctor's offices, they'll call you within 24 to 48 hours just to see how you're doing and whatnot. But if not, a good thing to do would be able to, which most times they have the number there, is there a number I can contact somebody, even a nurse, to the doctor? Because sometimes it's not always easy to reach the doctor, but it's easy to reach the nurse. So if you develop a good rapport to that doctor's nurse, get that nurse's number, write it down on a piece of paper on your discharge papers. You mind if I get your number, or is there a direct number I can reach somebody at in case I have any questions? And 9 times out of 10, they'll provide it to you. So yeah, let's see what else we have here. Disclosure. So disclosing your status is a really hard thing to decide, especially when hospitalized or in a facility or for something not directly related to your HIV status. You do not have a legal obligation to disclose your status to a healthcare provider. This is something to think carefully about, and always trust your gut instinct. Here are some questions to ask. Do I want to share my status from a place of obligation and guilt, or because I believe it is the right thing to do in this moment? Will the proposed treatment interfere with my current HIV medications? Do I feel comfortable with my medical team? All very valid questions to ask. So yes, if it's something where it may not, if you feel like it's something that may interfere with your medications that you're on, then yeah, you may need to mention it and whatnot. But keeping those other questions in mind is very paramount too. It's very important. So that's it for this section on facilities. In the next one, we'll be going into mental health defined and whatnot. So I hope you all got something from this video. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share your feedback, experiences, if you feel comfortable or feel compelled. And subscribe to the Frontline channel. I know I'll be sharing these on our Facebook page as well, but if you see them on our Facebook page, make sure you go over to our YouTube page and just subscribe, because we'll be posting videos like this periodically as capacity allows. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and have a good one wherever you are.